Hey folks, this is Jerry with Think Different Omaha, and I am talking a little quieter than I normally would. A little suspicious because I have a couple of kiddos. It's late here right now, and I have a couple of kiddos that seem to have uncanny hearing abilities when they are unconscious. So I always have to be careful with how my voice carries. Right now, I am about to engage in a favorite fall activity. Maybe some of you are familiar with it. Pumpkin carving. Got that one finished up a day or two ago. This one about to jump on. And then slowly over the next 2 months, my house is going to be slowly and conspicuously overrun with pumpkins, fake and real. We love orange, large pieces of squash around here. I wanted to ask you to stick around for episode 3, the after credits of episode 3, because I have a special request for you, my viewers. I need your help. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Stick around, very short amount of time. It's gonna let you know what you can do to help take action and keep this train moving. So I appreciate it. Not asking for money, but I am asking something of you. So please, I would appreciate it if you stick around to help me out. All right, roll film.
Hello, welcome back to Think Different Podcast. This is your host, Jerry Samuels, and I am so glad that you're joining us. I'm really glad that you're joining us this episode because we are featuring our guest, Mr. Tim Collins. Thank you for taking the time to be on our show. So I appreciate you taking this time out of your busy schedule. I know that you're involved in a lot of things, which we're going to be learning about in a little bit here. But let's just start from the beginning. So I just want to know a little bit about the family. What makes Tim tick? So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, first I think maybe it'd be good to start in college.
Okay.
So I graduated from Wayne State in 2007. That same summer, I obtained a position as a personal trainer at 24 Hour Fitness here in Omaha. After about 7 years of being in the fitness profession, working my way up the ladder to becoming a fitness manager, my beautiful wife, Taisha Collins, encouraged me to start my own personal training business. And we've been able to help hundreds of people here in the Omaha area lose weight, build muscle, and improve their overall health. It's been a tremendous blessing in my life.
That's awesome. So, kind of going back to, like you said, you starting in college and then you transition almost immediately into a personal training job. So what was it that made fitness a passion for you to pursue? Like what is it that really stuck out to you about fitness that you said, like, this is it?
Honestly, growing up, I watched my dad. He was a huge or a significant influence on me, rather. He was a military man. He actually had us do push-ups all the time. He kept us in football, basketball, track. And I remember there was one moment specifically when I was about in the 6th grade, getting ready to transition to the 7th grade. We were at Offutt Air Force Base. He was in the gym, sweating it out, hitting the weights with some of his fellow co-workers who were also in the Army. And it made me realize, okay, I can potentially look like that if I work hard and put in enough effort. So at that point, I started just on my own, focusing on exercises that I could do at home. I wasn't really at the position to lift weights necessarily because I was so young. My body wasn't ready for that. But I did a lot of push-ups, sit-ups. I went running. And as I went through that process, it took my athleticism to a higher level when I went to high school and even into college.
That is awesome, And if you guys have not been able to tell by now, there's just something that just really just emanates from Tim, and it's that one word that I always like to come back to when I think about you. It's positivity, right? I consider you like the epitome of positivity. I truly do, and I've never seen you take a negative stance towards anything. and even having to kind of be around you and trying to organize, this meeting that we're doing here, I noticed something that one of your clients had said about you. And they said, I've seen Tim work with, other trainers. I've got a chance to work with other trainers that have kind of been in the midst of Tim. And those guys did great. They gave me results. But I watched Tim. And there was just something different about him. And I really feel like it's that positivity that comes from you. And what drives you. It's infectious. It's infectious, and I love it. But you started TC Strength and Conditioning after 24 Hour Fitness.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you didn't want to leave it there. You couldn't leave good enough alone. So
Right.
you wanted to get into giving back, paying things forward, and that's where you got this idea for a nonprofit. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, back in 2018, I was given an opportunity to implement a strength and conditioning program at NCYF, which stands for Nebraska Corrections Youth Facility. It's been a tremendous experience, but to be quite honest, in the beginning, it was very challenging. There was a variety of obstacles. I say that because you're dealing with a group of young men who are angry, who have been let down most of their life. So coming in initially, there was a huge barrier between me and them. There was a lot of bullying, tons of negative attitude, but I noticed with consistency, I was able to gain their respect. 1 month goes by, 2, 3, 4, 5 months goes by. The culture shifts from being negative and discouraging to everyone being positive and uplifting toward one another. You could see one person struggling with push-ups or pull-ups, and instead of making them feel bad that they don't have the strength to perform a specific movement, the guys, they would rally together, they would clap and cheer and say, man, you can do it if you keep working hard. And it's just been a blessing, and it made me want to just keep going more and more.
Wow, that is incredible. And again, just I think you bringing that positive element, showing some of those young men a better way, has really just been the core of your mission, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to kind of take a little bit of a step back here, because we see Tim, we see everything that you're doing, and it's got to come from somewhere. And I know that is foundational. There's some things that have kind of helped drive that in your life, and your father, not only just being a model for you physically, but also for being an advocate. You all experienced your family experienced a tragedy some years ago, and that spurred your father to action. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. It was a very, very difficult moment in my life and for my family as well. This was back in 2002. I was actually a freshman in college at Wayne State, and I was in basketball practice, got a call from my dad, and he told me and my older brother, who was also a student at Wayne State at the time, that we needed to come home. There was no time to pack our bags or get ready. We hopped in the car, drove to Emmanuel Hospital, and I see the big group of family members that I haven't seen in a long time. I saw the news, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, something terrible must have went down over here. And the first person that I actually come in contact with is my cousin, Chaunceyetta. We were very close, and I go up to her. I was like, "Hey, Chauncey, what's up? Where's Harley at?" This is my younger brother, and she just starts breaking down. And at that point, I knew something wasn't right. I still wasn't sure exactly what was going on, so I get in the hospital. Me and my brother Will, we go inside, and I hear my mother crying. And my concerns went from here to a whole different level. I saw my dad in a corner with our pastor at the time. He was praying over my father. My concern went to a whole different level. And someone else, I didn't even talk to my dad or my mom when I went in. I had a chaplain just escorted us directly into the room where I saw my younger brother laying on a table with his feet were hanging off. And honestly, I was thinking in my head, like, man, he's probably just hurt really bad. And I go all the way inside, and my grandma is holding his hand, and he was lifeless. At that time, I just, I blacked out because I couldn't understand or process what exactly what was happening. And maybe after about 20 minutes of getting myself together, I asked my grandma, what happened to Harley? She said he was in basketball practice running wind sprints and he collapsed. And I'm like, what the heck? How does that even happen? He played football, he played basketball, just like me and my other brothers. He was healthy. And the later, with the autopsy, they found out he had what's called a cardiac arrhythmia, or it's an enlarged heart. The organ was working harder than what it was able to keep up with, and that's ultimately what happened to him. And the doctor also said if there was a defibrillator available, it potentially could have saved his life. So what my dad did after that situation, he started this campaign called the Harley Alexander Collins Foundation, and ultimately he got defibrillators into every single OPS school. So if you go to you can go anywhere, OPS school, even Miller, wherever, you're going to see defibrillators. And that was a work of my dad, mom, and my family collective, all the community. It was a group effort.
That is incredible, man. That is, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Nobody anticipates, experiencing that kind of loss, but
no, you don't.
It's just incredible to see the fortitude that your dad had, and knowing that this can't happen to anybody else. I don't want this to happen to another family if it's preventable. I feel like a lot of what you experienced in your youth has helped mold you, and you are putting it, you're making your own mark, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And this Fit Citizens Constructive Attitudes is, you're doing that in a huge way. I mean, you've been featured on a KMTV.
Yes, KMTV.
They did a feature on you last year, which you guys are going to be able to see here in just a moment. But I also wanted to just show a little bit of what you do, just on a day-to-day basis with your clients. So right. we're gonna show that just momentarily here. You're gonna see a little bit of what goes on when you are under the care and guidance of Mr. Tim Collins.
All right. Days ago it was a little cold, but today is beautiful. 7, we're gonna do a reverse crunch. And if you're not even comfortable with that, we'll substitute for, that's good. That's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be perfect. Okay. All right. Yeah. You ready? Okay, awesome. The whole idea really is just to get some blood circulating through the body. You never want to go into a workout stiff because you set yourself up for injury. We don't want that. Yeah. One day at a time. Exactly. Yep. So you're going to pull all the way up. Perfect. Just take a little break. I'm not timing you. I'm not going to rush you through this workout. I'm just more concerned with you keeping good technique all the way through. Excellent. Beautiful work. Beautiful. Nice. Awesome. Great job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In this gym, major transformations are taking place.
The fitness class is a very positive thing for people in our situation. It gives us something to take our mind off our circumstances and to basically better ourselves.
For this group of incarcerated young men, they're noticing a difference physically.
I was like 270, and I just started, once I got incarcerated, started working out, really helped me build my confidence, my mental state of mind, and my physical state of mind. Being with Tim really helped me like man, I really want to do this even on the outs. Just continue doing this.
Kavan, who has been at the Nebraska Correctional Youth Facility for the past 3 months, has already lost nearly 40 pounds through a strength and conditioning course.
Keep it up, come on. Keep it up, keep it up.
The course, taught by fitness trainer Tim Collins, is also changing lives.
When you get a big group of men together in general, there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of ego. Yep, nice job, come on. But one thing I stressed with the young men initially is not to have any of that. There's no first place, there's no last place, there's only you show up, work hard, push yourself, give your best effort, and if you see someone struggling, don't make fun of them, don't laugh at them, lift them up so they can essentially grow and maximize their potential.
As the 6-week program progressed, bullying turned into encouragement.
Oh man, you can't do that, you suck, you're terrible. And instead of that, I was like, man, hey, good job, keep it up, keep pushing yourself, let's get better. And that made me want to come here even more. It made me just be grateful that I was given the opportunity to be part of something special here. Yep, come on. Yep, come on.
We push each other a lot, you know what I'm saying? We tell each other we can do it if they think we can. You know, this is a positive environment.
Sprint.
He pushed you mentally because he have you do things you wouldn't think you could be able to do.
As fast as you can, let's go. Come on.
Even if you don't want to do it and you don't feel like you can't do it, he's there to help you out.
Nice job, come on. Nice.
Tim's class has some of the guys thinking they can do more in the gym and for their lives once they are released.
Every chance I get, I just want them to know that it doesn't matter what happened to them in the past. They don't need to let that dictate what they can do in the future.
Thanks for taking a look at that. So we're going to get back to finishing our discussion here. So you have TC's strength and conditioning.
Yes.
You started to pay things forward.
Absolutely.
And you made this nonprofit, Fit Citizens Constructive Attitudes.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
what can people do to support your organization? I know people are going to see this, and I mean, like me too. I saw that you were doing this, and I said, man, that's awesome, you know, because we can sympathize with people and see them from a distance and go, man, that's such a jacked up situation. Or we can decide to do something about it.
Exactly. Right.
And
right.
you're doing something about it in a big way. You've already had a chance to train hundreds of these youth that are in this correctional facility. So what can people do to support your organization?
One thing that anyone can do is you go to our Facebook page, check out our information, read our mission statement, and you feel that it's a good fit with your personal core values. We always accept financial contributions, but we also appreciate when people partner, volunteer, share their time, their gift, knowledge, and expertise with us as we work with these young people in the corrections facility. It doesn't have to be fitness. That's my particular gift and skill set that I share. Maybe you're great with music, or you do hair, or you have knowledge in the area of finances. Whatever that looks like, we're always open and love opportunities to connect with anyone who has a skill set that they can use to connect with these young people. So ultimately it's helping them develop their talents. So when they do leave the prison system, they have structure that allow them to be successful.
That is awesome. You know, it's, and I just think that that's so great that you talk about this being a multifaceted, approach. You do the fitness, and that there's huge benefits to pursuing physical health. We know that can affect us intrinsically, but I also like the fact that you're willing to reach out and branch out. And, we might have people that are musicians. We might have people that are, gifted in technology or can teach people, technological skills and all those things can really contribute to pursuing wholeness for the individual. And you know, this is a great opportunity. I hope that people jump on board with this, because you, like I said, just being around you is going to help them just, you know, go the extra mile. It's weird. It's weird. It's like I could come or I could talk to you for a few minutes. I leave. I'm like, you know, I think I will go hit the weights. You know, I just want to do something. I want to do something that's going to take me from here to here.
Right.
And
Next
you know,
level.
you have a Facebook page.
Yes.
So you can reach out to Tim for this nonprofit on the Facebook page. There is a way for them to donate on the Facebook page, right?
Yes, if you go to the Facebook page, there's a link that takes you directly to the contribution site.
Okay, so financial support is always appreciated, but remember, if you have something that you can offer, you want to start to give back. You want to be able to sow good seed into people so they can really bring some fruitfulness out of their lives.
Yes, amen to that.
You know, make sure that you reach out to him. Make sure you send a message to his nonprofit's page and just let him know what you can offer. And that would just be awesome. I think that would be a huge value add.
Yes, absolutely.
I wanted to kind of cap this off. You know, we got all the gear around here, and I want to mess
not?
around with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't want people going crazy. But so let's say that with COVID and all this, you've started to develop some really bad habits, and maybe you are a champion Netflix binge watcher, but you kind of want to be a champion, maybe a fitness person or some sort of way, get active again. So what's one or two things that people can actually put into practice, like starting today? What's something they could do to start today to begin to turn that ship around and start to pursue a healthier lifestyle, a more wholesome lifestyle?
I believe having balance in life is so important. It doesn't matter if it's with family or profession, fitness, which is what we're speaking to specifically. Start with your nutrition, because that's the foundation. The same way you build a home, you're not going to build it with a foundation that's consistent with sand. You want it to be strong and sturdy. Nutrition is essentially what's going to give your body the fuel, the strength, and energy for you to reach your goal successfully. There's a variety of different diet programs out there. You have paleo diet, you have keto, you have intermittent fasting. I honestly, as a fitness professional, don't have an opinion, but I always encourage people to make the choice that's going to be the best fit for what you're trying to accomplish. Ask yourself questions. Is the food that I'm getting ready to eat going to give me energy, or is it going to take energy away from my body?
See, I think it's interesting you say that about the food, because I never really look at it as taking away. But you know, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much. But that food can actually take away energy from us. Yes. So nutrition, I completely agree. You know, I started getting on a healthier kick and getting more cardio in my daily routines, and it's made a huge difference. But the nutrition aspect of that, just watching some of your videos that you have through TC Strength and Conditioning, seeing the advice that you're giving on foods to consume, that made a huge difference. That really does make a huge difference as far as my endurance goes. So, you know, don't discount the nutrition aspect of that, folks. I think that's absolutely, that's a good idea. What's something else that we could do?
Yes, and in terms of exercise, you have to stay at your own pace. Too often, I notice people, they turn on the Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and you see people doing these intense, crazy, high-level workouts, which is awesome. You also have to keep in mind that everyone is going to be at a different fitness level, and it's okay to start with the basics. If you don't have access to free weights, kettlebells, dumbbells, medicine ball, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. You don't need a ton of equipment to get your body fit. You can do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, go for a walk, go for a jog, go swimming at the YMCA with your family. Those are all great opportunities for you to take your fitness to a high level without you putting yourself in a position to risk injury.
So let me. I'm gonna take it all the way back. I'm gonna say, okay, I am a champion Netflix binge watcher, and getting up for the third time to get a snack is like, woo, my quads are kind of burning. What could I do to really get past that point and start to just make movement a habit? What's some things that I could do just probably right there in front of my sofa?
A great workout you can do is maybe a few sets of squats in between commercials. You're watching your favorite Netflix show or soap opera on TV. During the commercials, you stand up by your couch and sit back down on your couch.
I'm gonna try this just to demonstrate a little bit. So you're gonna play
exactly
trainer for me,
to.
I can move that to the side, or should I?
Yeah, let's actually pretend this is your chair or couch at home, because not everybody is going to necessarily be at the capacity to do a full squat. Some people have hip issues, knee, ankle issues, and we're not necessarily going to address that here on the podcast. But a basic place for everyone to start is a chair squat, because that's going to help you develop the capacity to do squats with the proper technique. So you begin with your feet about shoulder width apart. Yep. And all you're going to do is sit down in the chair and simply stand back up, keeping your feet flat, nice base with both feet, toes pointing parallel.
So no
And
arms doing anything crazy.
You could put your arms behind your head. You could put them on the side. You could keep them out in front if you like.
Okay.
But all you're going to do is sit down and stand up. Maybe you start with 10 squats. Try 5 commercials day one. And maybe the next week or so, try 10 commercials and work your way up to 100 squats.
I can see how this could warm you up a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's not hot out here, but
Yeah.
I'm like, if I do this about 50 more times, I might
You do it enough times, it's
get a
going
little
to
paper
give
towel or something.
Absolutely, an awesome workout. It's basic bodyweight squat that's going to build strength in your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes as well.
Okay.
Without any equipment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you want to know what to start today? You know what you can do. Nutrition, right? Don't touch those Twinkies, man. You don't need a 4th bowl of cereal. No. No, get you some raw vegetables, something.
Yes.
If you feel like you're allergic to it, you should probably eat it. That's where we're gonna go.
Absolutely.
With that.
Absolutely.
So, and just moving, right? So I'm just hearing
Yes,
just being able to move. If you don't know where to start, we just gave you a great example here. Tim he's just amazing at what he does. Please make sure that you visit his Facebook page. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm tripping over my words here.
Yeah,
Fit
that's okay.
Citizens Constructive Attitudes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And, make sure to, if you have something to offer, you have finances to offer, you have resources, you have knowledge, expertise to offer, please make sure that you reach out to him, okay? So we are here at Think Different. We're going to make sure we get a donation to you. And, we want to be able to pay that forward. So we want to give a financial gift, to get whatever equipment or things that you might need. And, to be able to keep that train rolling, because that is such an awesome thing that you're doing.
Your help is much appreciated.
Absolutely.
It's teamwork. And I learned from so many different mentors in my life, my dad being one of them, my pastor, coaches. Life is not all about just focusing on yourself, but it's more about taking care of other people. And when you do that, the good Lord will make sure you have everything you need.
Right. And, and just to mention that, taking care of other people, his family, his kiddos, great wife, right? They would agree with everybody that this guy behind closed doors in front of you, you are the epitome of positivity. Like, I just want to mess with you, just see what frustrates you. I shouldn't. Yeah. I'm not going to do that because he's got pythons. They're dangerous. No. We don't want to go there. But I'll just mess with you.
Hey,
I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, folks. This is Think Different Omaha. And take care. Make sure to connect and engage.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was good. That one felt good.
That was good.
Hi folks, this is Jerry at Think Different Omaha, and I want to reach out to you because I want your help. So I've been featuring people on this podcast that are creating positive change in the community, that I believe are world changers, and I want to be able to get to know more of these people. I want to connect with them. So if you know of someone that has a story to tell that I could feature on this podcast, please email me at info@thinkdiffomaha.com. Again, that's info@thinkdiffomaha.com. Give me some information on how to get in touch with them, and I just might be featuring them on the podcast. So please spread the word, let your friends, your neighbors know, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you.